U.S. Navy adds $41.5 million for Tomahawk warhead production in Alabama. General Dynamics Ordnance and Tactical Systems Defense Research Institute Incorporated of Anniston, Alabama, has been awarded a $41.57 million contract modification to build 559 warhead cases and 559 fuzewells for the U.S. Navy's Tactical Tomahawk missile. The modification, designated P00016, adds the work to a previously awarded firm fixed-price contract, N6893619C0039. It covers production and delivery of the parts for the URGM-109E Tactical Tomahawk, the surface and submarine launched land attack version of the missile family. The Naval Air Warfare Center Weapons Division at China Lake, California, is the contracting activity. Work on the order will be performed primarily in Anniston, Alabama, which accounts for 99% of the effort, with the remaining 1% completed in Houston, Texas. The Navy expects the work to be finished by April 2028. Fiscal 2026 weapons procurement funds covering the full $41,571,985 will be obligated when the award takes effect. The contract was not competed. Advertisement. Continue reading below. Discover more. News. Military equipment reviews. The parts being ordered support the WDU-36B, the blast fragmentation warhead fitted to the Tactical Tomahawk. The warhead has a titanium case and weighs about 310 kilograms, 690 pounds, carrying roughly 120 kilograms, 265 pounds of PBXN-107 high explosive. It replaced the heavier WDU-25B warhead used on earlier Tomahawk variants starting in 1993, a change that also freed up space in the missile body for additional fuel. A fuzewell is the internal housing that holds the warhead's fuse assembly, which triggers detonation. The order arrives as Tomahawk's prime contractor, RTX unit Raytheon, ramps up production of the missile under a separate arrangement. Raytheon announced on August 17 that it had won a $22.9 billion, 7-year Navy contract to accelerate Tomahawk output, awarded under the Department of War's Arsenal of Freedom initiative. That award followed framework agreements Raytheon signed with the department in February, which set a target of ramping annual Tomahawk output to more than 1,000 missiles. RTX has said Tomahawk production stood at roughly 60 missiles per year for U.S. forces before those February agreements, putting the planned ramp at more than 15 times that rate. RTX also said it delivered 3 times more Tomahawks in the first half of 2026 than in the first half of 2025, and that it will work with hundreds of small and mid-sized suppliers nationwide to scale output under the new contract. GDOTS functions as one of those suppliers, producing warhead hardware that feeds into Raytheon's final missile assembly. The Anniston work is separate from the Raytheon contract and funded through a different procurement line, but it points to the same production increase across the Tomahawk supply base. RTX did not disclose current annual production figures or a timeline for reaching the 1,000 missile target when it announced the new contract. It also did not say which Navy platforms or allied programs the additional missiles would support. The company has said the Tomahawk has been flight tested more than 550 times and used operationally more than 2,300 times since it entered service. Tomahawk missiles launch from Navy surface ships and submarines and strike targets at ranges of roughly 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles. The URGM-109E variant covered by the new GDOTS order is the Tactical Tomahawk configuration, which added a 2-way satellite data link allowing the missile to be redirected or given a new target while in flight, along with the ability to loiter over a target area.